Hello, 378 subscribers. In this video, we'll build a cold email sales funnel from scratch. This can be applied to any service-based company which offer services or products to other businesses. I run cold emails myself for more than a year now, and this is still the primary source of leads besides the referrals that we receive because I know how to do that. Plus, we have great case studies, we have great offer, and this is the most important part when it comes to cold emails. But in this video, I'll show you how everything works. I'll show you the backend, the softwares that we use, so that you can build similar thing for yourself. Now, let's hop on my computer and I'll show you. Basically, let's start with the basics. We need to have in order to start, any cold email or cold DM campaign. I'm not sure how cold DMs are working right now. Obviously, for my AI services, cold DMs is not the best thing since we're primarily working with old school companies that are not actively managing their DMs in social media accounts, or nor the founders and the managers are in the space. Obviously, I got a few clients from LinkedIn, but they were primarily the organic inbound leads. So we need to have an offer. We need to have the website, socials, and the main email. For the offer, again, I have a few videos on this channel that covers this thing, and I'll record more. But I think this is the most important part. And you probably, if you watched any of the SMMA Gurus videos, you'll know that this is the most important part. For the website, I do believe that you need to have the website in order to start, because people, when you will send them cold emails, they will check your domain and they need to see that you're a real deal. It's not a problem. You can go to Framer. My website is built on Framer, and get, like, I would actually invest in a like um really good template, probably 30-40 dollars. At least if you are gonna start the cold email campaigns, you would need to invest some money, obviously, when we will build the infrastructure that I'll show you later on. It's not the free method. So I would highly suggest you to invest like um, a few bucks and buy the actual Framer template. Then complete it with your information, with your offer, maybe with images of yourself, so that it looks legit. But the social media accounts, obviously, we're not talking about like my something like I have like a YouTube channel, X account, and LinkedIn. So, but which have some followers already, but obviously when I started out, and like I started to do the social media for probably two months now, but I was on LinkedIn, obviously, so I had an Instagram. And like Instagram, for example, is not that important. Obviously, the business owners are not gonna probably check, but some will. And actually, I got, when I hop on a few calls, I think I got maybe 2 or 3 people that mentioned my Instagram, and they said, "Hey, we were checking you, and by the way, where are you located?" Because my Instagram showed in different places when I was traveling. So that's why I do think that being present online very important. Now, for the main email, we'll discuss it later. When we build the infrastructure. But this is the email where you will receive all the communications. Since let's say you will have 2 domains, let's say like 5 domains, and you will have 15 email accounts. So when you will receive the responses from clients, from the prospects, they all need to go into one main email, so that first it's easier for you to manage, and second, all businesses know that no, they can remember just your one domain in one email. And if they remember about you, and this is what I also noticed, for example, you might not get as good of a traction as you would want initially with cold emails, but especially when we are talking about services like AI, since it's very new. I got, again, I've been running cold emails for a year, and I probably got like 5 people already, which are, which we contacted maybe 6 months ago or 4 months ago, and were sending me emails and say, "Hey, Eugene, you remember we discussed this, so let's continue." So, and it's easier for them when they like remember your name and when they remember your domain, so that they can recheck it. So, it's better to do to do the proper branding, right? Now, so let's say that it's done. In order to start the cold outreach through the email, you need to have two main things. You need to have the infrastructure and you need to have the prospects. For the prospects, We'll use Apollo. Apollo is a, I'm sure you, oh my God, okay, Apollo AI. So Apollo is a software where you can scrape deletes, but the problem is that it might be pretty expensive, pretty costly. So what we do is obviously we use Fiverr. There are a few softwares right now that allow you to scrape the leads cheaper, but from what I found, especially since I buy like 100,000 of leads at like one time, so we can go to Fiverr, I think, like Fiverr.com, and you can just type Apollo leads, find a good provider, contact and say, hey, I need like these leads, and they'll scrape it for you. Now, I forgot to actually mention one very important thing here. We need to verify these leads, and we can do that through Million Verifier. So the idea is that you will get these leads, and you can actually, if I'm not mistaken, Apollo AI. It's not this Apollo. Anyways, so you can, when you scrape the leads from Apollo, you can specify either you want to get verified leads or not, but it's not ideal, right? It's not ideal. So you would need to have a third-party softwares that verify these leads. And the verification, you can think about verification is that they verify the emails that they have on the file, either it's the existing email or not. So if you will send a lot of emails to the emails that no longer exist, you'll have a high bounce rate. That's why, and higher the bounce rate, more likely you'll eventually get blacklisted and go to spam. So this is not something that we want. That's why, again, you can go to the same Fiverr, and not most, but some Fiverr providers will have an option. They will have, the Apollo account and like something like a Million Verifier account. You can ask them, can you verify the leads for me? And usually, if you get, let's say, 100 leads, you'll have something like 60, which are really good, probably 15, like 25, maybe 25, which are unknown, like risky. Risky, it means that the software is not able to determine. I believe this is the right way. Like at least with Million Verifier, if you go to Million Verifier, yeah. So because as you can see, the prices are good, especially like it depends on the volume. But when I when I buy 100,000 of leads, as you can see, it might be pretty costly. It's gonna be something like 100, like it's not a lot. It's not a lot, obviously, but since my provider on Fiverr does have the Million Verifier account, it's just easier to buy from him directly. And you'll have, let's say, 10 which are bad, which you don't need to send. Like in the ideal world, you will only send the emails to the verified ones, but we also sometimes send to the risky ones, since again we do usually send 2 to 3,000 emails per day, so it's very hard to get all of the leads which are completely verified. Anyways, now, so let's say that we got the leads. Then we need to verify the leads. Sorry, not the verify, personalize the leads. One very important thing. So if you think about the cold emails, what it used to be is like you just send the same kind of emails to thousands of prospects. Right now, it can work. Again, it depends on your offer and the niche. So if you have really strong offer, I do believe that you can send just very basic emails. And like the problem with really good offer is that you need to verify it, and like there is no way for you to do that since it's cold email. So let's say you receive a cold email from some random company and they say that they will get you a Ferrari for $10,000. It's really good, but probably there's either a catch or it's too good. So like so that's why they will probably verify you. So they will type the company, they'll see your website, but like the website is like they will type the company on the Google, and I see that a lot that nowadays they even type, if you have your name in the signature, they'll type your name in the Google. So it's very important. So if your offer is too good, it's good in terms of you will probably get some responses, but you need to have a very strong um, branding to prove that it's not some random thing. Obviously, you can have the case studies, but you will be able to present the case studies on either the second email or on the actual sales call, but you need to go there, right? That's why there are softwares right now that allow you to personalize each email depending on the prospect. So let's say, "Hi, John." Obviously, this is the most like the basic thing. But let's say I've been on your website and I see that you sell um, potatoes or toys. So this specific phrase can be personalized with the software. So each and every prospect, depending on like their website, the website of the prospect, or the website of the website of the prospect or the social media account of the prospect. So this part of the email can be personalized. This is what we are going to do when we set everything up, but just to keep it in mind that we'll use clay.com. This is the software that we use for the personalization, and this is probably the most popular right now software with a lot of different integrations to other softwares. Don't worry, we'll go over it and I'll show you how everything works. Now, for the infrastructure, we need to buy the domains, emails, and we need the software that will connect basically the prospects and this infrastructure. For the domains, we'll buy them on Namecheap. For the emails, we'll buy them on Google Workspace. Again, if you know cold emails, there are a lot of talks about like, should you use the private service? Should you use the Microsoft? Should you use the Google? I'm like I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible. So my suggestion would be use half Google and half Microsoft. There are, so for example, the Google email will cost, and Google Mic they will cost probably like $7, $8, whatever. I have no idea, per month. So yeah, you can technically get the emails for $3 to $4. And for me, like I have like 200 emails. So if I save $3 on each, so it's like $600. It's it seems like a lot, but I don't trust these providers. And maybe they are good. Maybe they are good. But I have not tested them. What I heard, it's not working as good. So I would suggest you to stick just with the Google and Microsoft. Now, so we buy the domains, we buy the emails, and for the software, you either like you basically have two main ways. Two main choices. You have instantly AI, or you have the smartly AI. You can watch YouTube tutorials on the comparison. I can say that we use both. Right now, we're using more smartly, but in this case, we'll use instantly just since the interface is a bit is I like like it's simpler. So the smart lead is kind of more advanced, but in terms of the features, they are the same. The only thing that smart lead does have better APIs. So since if I built my own CRM on Airtable, so we use kind of the connections between Airtable and smart lead, but it's not probably the way that you would build it. So I can suggest like stick with whatever, like go to instantly. I think I would suggest instantly, but I'm not sure why, since they're the same. Okay, so now we have the instantly. We'll connect the domain. Sorry, we don't need actually to actually connect domains, obviously. So you connect the domains to Workspace in order to create the emails, and then you connect the emails to instantly. Then you get the prospects from Clay to instantly, and then you start the outreach. Now we will do everything from scratch as I promised. I'll show you how everything works. We'll go one by one and we'll see. Now, so first, let's start with the domain. I actually wanted to. This is my one of my Namecheap accounts. So let's actually buy the domain on Namecheap, and I wanted to buy one domain. Let's see if it's available. I think yeah, so it should be available because if some of you know, I have a newsletter called Stupid AI, and basically it's a newsletter in my resource hub. I show a lot of um, AI templates on this channel. So all of the templates that I have are free, available to my newsletter subscribers, and I send the newsletter like once a week. So, but I am planning to launch one more product in a few months, and stupid automations, and I want to get this email for this specific product. And I needed to buy it anyways, so we can just buy it right now as an example. Yeah. So stupid automations. Okay, so let's actually edit the card. I think I have uh, some balance here. View card. One very important thing. So I had a video on this channel where I showed the infrastructure that I use for like kind of like this, but I was overviewing how like in the very basic terms. So and I mentioned that I use the thing called Dolphin. So the Dolphin is a if you Dolphin browser when you will if if you will have the scale to work with more than probably like 20 domains and 50 email accounts you need to place to manage all of it. The problem is that if you will buy everything from your IP address from your computer, you will probably get detected by Google and they might ban your Google Workspace. It happened with me a few times. That's why you can use what's called anti-detect browser. So this is like how it looks. Basically you can create the different profiles and each profile is, as you can see, this is the Dolphin profile. It looks like the Chrome because it's based on Chromium. So you won't be able to like differentiate between like the actual Chrome and this, but on the back end you like none of the if you set this up properly, none of the softwares, especially like Google, will recognize that it is a you're using like a fake browser. And obviously, for each and every browser, you can set up different proxies. So, like if you go to, let's say here, to my settings, let's see, how's it? I forgot. Uh, Added. Yeah. So you can see that I can set up either this browser is Windows or like the computer behind this browser is Windows or Windows 11 or Windows 12, 10. Like you can set up the proxy and the canvas and all this like settings. So it is truly like special thing when you can create the profiles without and make sure that they are not connected to each other anyways, so you can like type Dolphin tutorial and see some tutorials that will explain how everything works. So this is the profile that I have, as you can see, Quimple 2 for one of my for one of the Google Workspace accounts that I have. On this account, as you can see, I have like 15 active users. So let's actually buy this domain. Just wanted to make sure that you understand how everything works. And if you're just starting out, it's probably not what you're gonna care about. Okay, so we should have the balance here. Payment method. So let's change it. Uh, Use default card. Wait, so because I'm not gonna account funds. Okay, so this is here. Account funds. I have 15 bucks. Continue. You know, so we should buy the domain right now. Now, for each domain, you should buy 2 to 3 email accounts. I was always buying two. So let's say I have 50 domains and I have 100 emails. But in the recent month, I started to just purchase 3 emails per one domain, and it's working fine. So in order to save the money, so because each domain will cost you like $10, I would suggest you to just get three, not more, obviously. Now, so we have the stupidautomations.com. Again, this is not the domain that I'm gonna use for my cold emails, but let's just set it up and then I'll delete it. Now we have this, right? We have this domain. Obviously, the Namecheap have business domain, a business email. They call it probably like private email. Anyways, like there is no way to do successful cold email campaigns using the something besides Google or Microsoft. That's why you need to buy the email account for this domain. So you need to create the Google Workspace account. I think like you just go to Google Workspace and create an account. So you can go here and add the domain. Let's actually verify this thing. So now we will add and verify the domain inside Google Workspace, and then we'll create an email account for this domain. So now let's add the domain. It might take some time, so not sure if I'm gonna cut this video. We'll see. Okay, so this is the secondary domain. I'm not the one who's doing this in my agency right now. I have the obviously my manager. So, but I think we'll go through it together if nothing changed, because the last time I did it was probably like 4 months ago. Okay, so sign into your manage. Okay, so it's giving you the instructions. So you need to set up some DNS records. So you go to your domain, you go to the advanced. So txt value, obviously we copy this. So we add the txt record at, and let's say automatic, doesn't matter. Now, are we good to go? So just one record. Okay, so let's actually see. Let's add it. Save changes. Um, it will take some time, probably. 5 minutes remaining. Okay, so yeah, I think I will just cut this video when it's going to be verified, and we'll continue. Now, as you can see, this domain was verified, but we still need to activate the Gmail. If you are gonna buy the domains on any other source, it's gonna be like there are like different ways to do that. But on Namecheap, I think it's pretty straightforward. As you can see, there's mail setting, so you can just click Gmail and save. I believe that this is everything that we need to do. So this was saved, and now if we click the, because it says set up the MX records, and this is what you would need to do if you're not using. Maybe like other providers have the same thing, but it should be verified now. Manage Gmail. Okay, activate the Gmail. So it gave us the same things. Checking. Okay. I think I will pause the video again when it's gonna be done. Okay, I think we can continue to the next steps while Gmail activation in progress. Now we need to set up the users, obviously. So you can go to the users tab and create a new user. So you add a new user, and let's say that this is obviously Eugene and Kadzin, primary primary email. So I just like to use Eugene. Actually, so since we are since we do have three emails, right? So I usually use Eugene, then Eugene K, and Eugene K. So yeah, like we can use Eugene Kazin, but it's pretty long, especially if you have the long domain. So I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. And let's choose this stupid Eugene at stupidautomations.com. This is an existing, so second domain. But the secondary domain, okay, so let's just leave it like that. As you can see, this is the price for it. So if we add a new user, not sure if it's gonna ask us to pay right now. Now, so this is the most important step. Not the most important step, obviously, on this video, but just keep it in mind. So let's, I have this file. Okay, so let's save this password, because this is the temporary password that we're gonna use later on. Now, I have, as I already mentioned, I use Airtable for everything in my agency. So I have, as you can see here, I have in my Airtable this is actually the demo one, the the sheet where the table where I save all the information about the accounts that I create, just in case, so that I remember everything. Now, this is the testing for the, like, this is the testing group domain. So the domain that we have just bought was stupidautomations.com. By the way, if you want me to share this specific Airtable database, obviously I will just delete my accounts. If you want me to share it, sure, I'll upload in my resource hub. It's free, so first link in the description so that you have this template, but you can build it yourself in 5 minutes. Now, so we have the domain. Domain provider is Namecheap. Email provider is have Google Workspace, not sure why. Okay, so I have the Google Workspace provider details. This is kind of the just the main domain where main email account which that was used to create the Google Workspace so that we remember it. I think it was like Eugene at Quimple something Quimplejan, yeah, quimplejan.com. Company testing, okay. And now these are like check marks in order to set up everything properly, and this is what we're going to do now. Let's actually check. Okay, so we added this user, right? So let's actually check if the Gmail was activated. Let's reload this page. Okay, so the activation is in progress, just to make sure that it's set up correctly. So usually it takes like a few minutes. Gmail. Okay. Now, so when we go back to the users, we need to set up the profile photo. What we can do, we can set it up here. Where is this? Yeah, so it's here. We can just click to the Eugene profile and just upload a photo. Whatever. I'm not gonna do that right now. I think let's say we uploaded the photo, and let's say that we click yes. Now, these are DKMI, SPF, and DMARC. This is the very important part, since if you're gonna mess this up, you're not gonna get a pretty good deliverability rate. These are, okay, I'm not gonna use the technical terms. These are like IDs for that you need to set up inside your email account so that when you send the email to other inboxes, these inboxes know that your email is legit. This like ID for the verification when you enter the club, and you need to set them up now. But you do not set them on the email side. You're setting this up on the domain side. Now, first, DMARC. We have there are multiple websites we can go to. Easy DMARC tools, uh, DMARC record generator. Okay, you go here for the domain. So we'll use our domain. None, and like it doesn't matter. Like you can just get any email, so that like it will send the reports to this email. This is not something that we need. Let's generate this record now. So we have this information. You just go here, you copy this, you go here, you add the txt record, and you put in the host DMARC, and then you copy this information and you put here. For the, I'm not sure if we need to set this up. Okay, so let's set it up to automatic. Now we have the DMARC set up, and we can go to DMARC and click yes. SPF, kind of similar thing, but I have it here. So this is the same for all the emails. It's TXT record, I think. Or it's not. This is the Smart Leads guide. It's pretty good. As you can see, it's up. They update it regularly. Again, I will have this linked in my resource hub, so you can check it out. Basically, the SPF. I'm not TXT VSPF. Okay, you can get it from here. Let's see. TXT. Wait, is it TXT? Include choose DNS record, add TXT record the value, and this is the SPF. Again, guys, I was not setting this up for a while, so I forgot a lot of things. Okay, I think it should be the C record now. How's TXT? What's that? Please use the valid host name. Okay, so let me actually check this out. Okay, yeah, sorry, it was my bad. So as you can see, this is like kind of the guide. So you need to have this. Uh, I think. Yeah, and set it up here. And here you set it up like that, just to make sure. So it says to update the SPF record, insert the right before the. Okay, so include this example of the existing SPF record or the SPF and include Yeah, so simply txt. So okay, this is like, if it's not gonna work, sorry, just go and watch any other tutorial. Okay, guys. So I think we are done with this. So we have the DMARC, we have the SPF, and now we have the, let's mark it. Let's mark the. Now we need to set up DKIM. For the DKIM, you go to DKIM in the search bar, and DKIM authentic authentication authenticate of. Okay, so how do I say authentication? Yeah, so I think it's authentication. Okay, so in select domain, you click the domain that you just bought. You click the generate record. Doesn't matter. So here, you need to add another txt record in your domain. For the host, you'll have the domain, a Google domain key, and this is what you're gonna get for the text value. This one will take for sure like 15 minutes, so we can just proceed to the next steps. But just to make sure, basically, after you wait, you click start verification, it will say, yeah, so it will say that you need to wait. But if you come in like 30 minutes, when you click, the button will change to stop. Okay, so we'll go at the end of the tutorial, I think. Now let's go to and check. So we have the photo, we have the DKMI, we have the SPF DMARC for the forwarding and custom domain and downgrade the plan. So this is what we're gonna do in the on the actual software side. As you can see, we have the downgrade plan here. It's referring to when you will create the Google Workspace. It will say that you need to, it will like give you the example plan that you need to buy, and their only option is $21. So like Workspace Plus or something. So like this is the highest plan. But then you need to actually go back to billing subscriptions. So like, let's say you create the Google Workspace account, and then you go here and you go here and you downgrade the plan. But it's going to be downgraded for all of the licenses, I think, but you won't have any licenses, or maybe one. So like here, you go here and you downgrade the plan. Now, so we just bought the domain, we just bought the email, and now we need to connect this email to Instantly. I created the test account on Instantly. I think I'm not, you don't need me to show you how to create the Instantly account, right? So you go to Instantly AI, create the account. So this is what you're gonna get. You go to email addresses, you click add, and so this is the thing. They have an option, and they recently introduced it. You can buy everything directly and instantly. So basically, this is like what we did, but you can just click here and you can type the domain, in our case, stupid automations, and then you can specify how many users per domain you would want to have, and it will set up everything for you. So you ask me, okay, Eugene, but why we haven't done this, since it's just a few clicks? I'll tell you, because I don't trust shit. I want to set up everything myself. I bought probably 15 domains from them, 15 emails. They worked fine. It was from the domain, from the email health. I think it was not 100, it was like 95, so it's a bit not as polished, I think, as you would set it up, but it's okay. They buy the domains from Namecheap, same thing, but the emails they buy from, I think, Cloudflare. Anyways, so you might save a few bucks, but like for the time, obviously, come on, if you're gonna set up 20 accounts, spend like a few hours and do it yourself, right? Then you can make sure that everything is set up properly. Okay, so that's why we'll use connect a new email account. We'll choose Google, and this is the thing. So you need to enable, I think, IMAP, or whatever, like whatever you call. So you click here, and you need to let basically Google let instantly to connect to your Google account. So you will have this page. you need to go to, and here you need to sign in. Yeah, so I think you need to sign in to the email that you have just bought, since obviously we're connecting this email, but we have not signed in to this email just yet, right? So this is the first time, and this is what you're gonna get. This is the hardest part, I think, with buying and using Google domains, uh, compared to Microsoft, and you'll see why. So if we type here Eugene at stupidautomations.com and whatever our password, no, sorry, we have the password, right? So that we saved, it gave us the no, the password. So when we sign in, we click here. Okay, so we don't need to save the password since we're gonna change it now. Okay, so I'm changing the password should work. Interesting. I'll be honest, I still have not figured it out. Please, guys, if any of you know the answer to the question that I'm going to ask, please let me know in the comments or send me a DM on Discord. So, the idea is that usually when you sign in to the new accounts on Google, it asks you to verify this account using the phone number. So let's say that you bought like 5 domains from Namecheap, you created the 15 email accounts here. When you connect them to instantly, you kind of log in each account. It before logging in, it will ask, okay, so verify your identity and provide your phone number. And you ask, okay, Eugene, we all have phone numbers. Yeah, but you will set, like, you have 15 email accounts. Well, like, maybe in theory like, I'm sure you can have multiple emails for one phone number. Like, I have probably like 3 to 4 my personal emails for one number. But when we're talking about the business, it's not the best. Plus, okay, so let's say you have four, and then you get your mom's phone, your dad's phone, your brother's and sister's phone. Again, it's not professional. So usually, this is the hardest part, how to figure it out, like where to get these phone numbers. You can buy the SIM cards, but I'm not sure, depending on the country, how easy it is to buy like a lot of SIM cards. But the question is why sometimes it's not asking for it. Is it randomized? I was not researching this topic. So, because we have the software where we generate the phone numbers, so whenever it asks, and I'll show you how it works. But the idea, like, when we logged in right now, as you can see, as you saw, it didn't ask us for the phone number. Not sure why. Usually it does. there is there are a lot of services on, like, buying like virtual SIM cards, one-time SIM cards for the verification. This is the one we use, SMS Activate. So you can just top up your balance, and here you kind of use the service that you use. We need the Google. Yeah, so we could go Google. For the find country, we use the, obviously, like, you can get US virtual phone number, but I do not suggest you to get this, since what I found, sometimes the SMS are not going through. So you can just go to buy the Turkey or whatever, like Canada, any other phone number, and it should work. So when Google will ask, okay, so verify your phone number, so you put the phone number here, you'll receive an SMS. Let's actually buy it now. So you click here. I have the balance, but for some reason it's not in dollars. Okay. So, and if we have the activations, it will reload the tab, and we have, okay, loading up. So we have the phone number, right? So we copy this phone number, provided to Google, and as you can see here, you will receive an SMS code. So it's very straightforward. But we logged in, but we did not enable this IMAP. So okay, so let's go again. Okay, it's asking for the same email, but we already logged in to the previous one. Okay, so where is it? This one. So the Gmail was activated, right? Since it's going through. Let's see. Sorry, it's not the subscriptions. Jesus. Okay, it's the account manage domains. Gmail activation in progress. Anyways, yeah. So you need to probably wait. So what you go here? You go to settings, if I remember correctly. See all settings, IMAP, and you turn it on. Save changes. Now, yes, for the auth, guys, I am not 100% sure, but I think you can skip the IMAP if you're gonna use the auth. But like what I was using, yeah, like I was always like doing both just in case. Okay, so the new window popped up. We are choosing our email that we have just created. The app is blocked. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So the app is blocked basically because we're trying to log in, right? So that's where we have not enabled and like we did not put this script. So we go to Google. We go to Google Workspace Admin Panel. We can close this one. Okay. So it does not remember our email for some reason. Okay. So we go choose our email. Okay. Let's go. Now we need to have, I think, to log in as a administrator. So Eugene at Quimple Jan. So this is the administrator of this specific Google Workspace account. So as you can see, yeah. So smart lead. So we connected the smart lead, but not the not the instantly. So you click to add a new app. You paste this code. You choose instantly, select, continue, trusted, continue, finish. Okay, so now it set up correctly. If we click login, it should give us the login page. Okay, choose this, continue, allow, allow. Okay, yeah, it went through. Okay, guys, so we connected the email. So I think we kind of did the part, the infrastructure part, right? So we have bought the domain, we have bought the email, and we set up the software. Now we need to work with the prospects. Let's just make sure. So here's what you're gonna do. Obviously, you need to turn on the warm up if you have. I'm not sure if you know what the warm up is, but basically, this is where, like, if you're gonna start sending the emails right now, there's no way you're gonna do it successfully since you need to warm up the trust of this email in this domain. That's where you get basically, that's where like the software's like instantly and smartly comes in handy since they have a pool of trusted email accounts that send emails to each other. So you connect this email to the pool, they send emails to each other, warming up the trust. So you can like enable the warm up here. Yes, I understand. Random machine generated emails. The emails will be automatically generated. So if you click here, warm up, enable settings. In the settings, you set up like the signature. Okay, later, daily campaign limit. So warm up filter tag is it's not what you need. Here's like daily warm up limit. So this is how many emails you would want instantly to send. Um, to send and receive, I think. So you usually, we put usually from 25 to 35, so let's say 28, and they increase per day. So today we'll send one, tomorrow we'll send two, the next the next day we'll send three, and up to 28. But it's pretty long, right? So you need to wait basically 28 days. So you can set up two, and then maybe in like a week crank up to three. So that's where you need to spend at least 2 weeks. So just keep it in mind. If you're gonna start this thing, you can buy all the domains and emails within like a day, and then you connect everything to either smart lead on or instantly, and then you need to wait a few weeks at least. More than you wait, more likely your email is going to be trusted, more trusted they're going to be. So please keep in mind that you need to have at least, you need to give yourself at least 2 weeks. Okay, so we have this email set up. Now let's create the campaign and send some cold emails, I guess. Okay, so when we create the campaign, we can maybe ask, like, name it test. Now we need to upload the leads. Let's go back. I have, I think, so this is the one of the lead lists that I have from Apollo. This is the transportation list with like some U.S. Com- U.S. transportation company, like companies that do transportation services in the US. And I have, as you can see, test tab, and these are like 10 example prospects. So this is how you probably going to receive this from like Fiverr, or if you decide to get it from Apollo right away, sure. But this is the list that you're going to receive. Now, if you remember, we, let's say we have this list, and this list is already verified. If you can see in the quality, we have, because I deleted everything, I deleted the bad quality, but let's say if we go to all, in the, where is it, yeah, in the quality, let's add the filter. So we have the good, bad, good, and risky, so you can filter it through, but in this case I just have the good ones. Okay, so let's actually delete it and export it as CSV. Sure, this is what, we used to do. We just can upload this thing into instantly and go from there. Actually, I have the instantly account here. Let's actually reload it. Yeah, so it's here. So we can upload this list here, uh, add list CSV, but we need to personalize it first. This is how we do that. Clay. Not don't want to use my main account, so let's sign up and create a new one. Okay, so whatever, like Eugene Kazan, for the email. Okay, so which email I have not just yet used? Kazan. This one of my business emails also. Okay, so let's see if it's okay. Okay, continue. Yeah, it's good. Oh no, your account has been temporarily locked for fraud protection. Please reach out to. Yeah, so this is the problem, since I probably have already filled out and created multiple accounts. So that's probably why. Okay, so now this is where Smart Lead comes in handy. Not Smart Lead, the Dolphin. Guys, from instant from Clay, if you watch it, please, like, don't block me. Don't block all of my accounts. I'm not like, I'm creating tutorials, so that's why I create new accounts. I'm not like, I have just one that I use. Anyways, so we can go to clay.com, and here, there's no way they'll think and they'll see that this is the same email, since we are using the new proxy and the kind of the new computer. But like, actually, let's create the account for the email. But since the, yeah, so I wanted to create an account for the email that we have just created, but the problem is that the email, the Gmail, was not yet activated, I think. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually go to Gmail and let's get some account that we already have. Whatever. Yeah, so let's get this one. Let's say that Josh Martin, and let's send the email. Let's set this one up, and let's say that this is the password. Account locked. Okay, so I think we're not gonna be able to do that. Give me 1 second. I'll try to find the good account. Okay, so I was able to sign up with just the Gmail sign up like login page. So for the workspace, let's call it test. Create the workspace. Automated. It doesn't matter. So let's fill everything here. Again, I just want to show you how the clay works. Google next. Now, so we need to create a new table and we'll import our own CSV, right? So where is it? The import companies from CSV. We choose the CSV that we have up, like downloaded from Google, the 10 transportation prospects. Now, new blank table, import. Now, the prospects have been uploaded into Clay. Now, we need to ask AI to research these companies and find the basic information on what they do. Obviously, right now, since like it is pretty understandable and narrowed niche like the transportation companies, but still some of them might be brokers, some of them might be the trucking companies, some of them like railway companies. There are like a lot of leads that comes in one category type of like leads and businesses. So how do we do that? The Clay has a lot of different options to personalize the list. And like you can go into the rabbit hole and research the company and the prospect LinkedIn profiles, social media accounts, find their emails. Because like we already have the emails for these prospects from the Apollo, right? And Apollo has some information, obviously, like their company address and their social media profiles, but it's not as accurate as it could be. So, but we don't actually need this. So let's say we have the emails, right? So we don't need to get the emails using uh, Clay. But what we do need to use is something like a Claygen. This is the tool that they have that you can ask, okay, Claygen, please go to this prospect website, scrape all the information, and create a summary on what they do. So again, you can use like their API keys or you can use your own. I do believe that using your own is cheaper, using your own ChatGPT OpenAI API key. So, like as you can see, for the GPT 4.0, like they charge 3 tokens, and you can buy the tokens from them. But as you can see, when we just sign up for the trial, we have 1,000 free credits and the 14-day trial. So what we can do, we can add our own API key. Let's call it test. And actually, I did not set it up just yet. So let's do it together. Give me one moment. So you go to the dashboard, you go to your API keys, and you generate new key. Let's call it Clay, whatever, create new. You get the API key, you go to Clay, and you paste it here, you save. Now, obviously, you can start using Clay on the trial successfully. Like you do have some tokens, but as you can see, if you're gonna use ChatGPT for all 3 tokens, so you can kind of do this thing for 300 leads. Maybe that's good, but if you're gonna add more things, it's gonna be pretty costly. So now we have the API key. What I usually do is I go to the website, where is it? To the company website, and I change this field to URL just in case. Okay. Now we go to add enrichment tools. Same thing, Clay Gent. We will use our own API key test. And now we are providing a prompt to to the GPT 4.0 4.0 to like to do something. Please visit the company website and you show the website, analyze what they sell or offer and create a short summary, include products they sell or services they offer. Like, this is not a really good prompt, but it will do the thing for the sake of this tutorial. You need to play around with it a lot to get it going as you would want. So you can get any information from the website, obviously. And like, you can create like run settings, you can configure, you can create the different formulas. But if we test it, so you can, I think, save and run, save and run. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're going to test it. But now, if we create this column, it will create a new column here. It has three, but it's like it has two, but it's the same. Now, the AI goes to this website and get the information. You can ask me, okay, Eugene, we provided the OpenAI GPT-4o, but this model doesn't have an ability to go to the website. That's why it's called ClayChan. So this is like their own agent, which has the capability to go to the website, scrape the information, and then this information is provided to ChatGPT and analyzed by the model, and then create the summary. So this is like let's say this is the company, right? So let's go to this company and see their website. Okay, so let's see their website and see what they actually do. So SMTL, so the motor transportation, ship track and manage, shipment tracking. Okay, so this is the company. Now we asked AI to analyze and offer variety, including the LTL, truckload services, ground air delivery through. Yeah, so as you can see, it got the information. So maybe client transfer, full transportation, logistics. So these are the information. As you can see, no data found. So if we go to this website, let's see if they have the website. They should. Yeah, so if we go to their website here, where the media was not founded, here, this one, let's see why. Let's see why. Sometimes it happens, right? As you can see, the website is present, but for some reason, it was not able to get the information because it's here, right? So, beginning a leader in transportation industry, so it is supposed to provide you the description of this company. But again, you should play around, play with the prompt to get it accurate, and then you will have here and there the mistakes like that, so you can just delete this lead. It's not a lot. Usually it's a few percent. Now we're just waiting for them to finish. Let's actually reload. Maybe it's already finished. Sometimes it's lagging. Okay, so we have one. Let's delete this one so that we don't wait. Okay, so I deleted two. Anyways, so now we have the prospect list with all the information about this prospect. Again, not all, but like it's just general description. And this is what we usually use. And now I will show you how to use it in your cold outreach. Now we just export this list. I think it's export, download CSV. Now we download the prospects with the company description. It was downloaded. Now we go to instantly and we upload this list. As you can see, since it's just the trial, I have just created the account. We have a limit of 250 leads that we can upload. So you choose the CSV, which you have just downloaded from Clay. So you have two CSV, right? The one that you got initially from the Apollo, and now you have another CSV with an additional column from Clay. Now this is you map out the fields. So last name for the title. I usually the custom field, it means that inside them instantly you will have a separate column with the title of the prospects. Sometimes when they, let's say, a lead respond to you, it's useful to see who the guy actually is in the company. So for the company names, for the emails, it's not the email, do not want to import. And for the email, this is the most important part, right? So we choose that this is the actual email. Status, phone, yeah, so first phone, sorry, yeah, so we don't need this one, but first phone is the phone. Company phone doesn't matter, usually it's the same. Personal LinkedIn URL of the prospect, again, and the company URL when the prospect replies. And it's very useful to go and see the prospects and check the prospect manually. For the city, I usually import it. Company address. And now for the SEO technologies, we don't need that. And this is the company offerings, and this is the row from not the row, the column from Clay. As you can see, company offerings. This is the automatically generated like name of the column. So you go to instantly, and here you specify that you do want to import this column, and let's input it as a custom variable. So you will have a separate column with all this information. Company offering response. So it's like the same, as you can see, it's like the same. You can just delete this one. Okay, delete the column. And now you just click import. So you have check verification across all lists. It's usually useful if you have, thousands, hundreds and thousands of leads inside one account. Check the duplicates, and then this is the verified leads. And you might ask, okay, Eugene, so why do we actually need to? Because in this example, I already had this list verified, right? And I explained you that you can do this in Fiverr using the asking your provider to verify it for you, or like you do have an option to verify the list instantly. But again, I do not trust when services add new features and when there are separate services that do the same thing. Obviously, it's cheaper, and they have, I think, the separate, like not the pricing, but tokens. I never used it, so I'm not sure how instantly calculates it. So, but the like I usually do it through a million verifier again. Like invest a few, like $100 if you get a lot of leads, but basically like 30 $40 to verify them additionally through a million verifier. Anyway, so we upload the lead list now, and we have this list. But as you can see, this is the company offerings, and these are the descriptions of the company. Now, when we create this, like let's say, hi, I am writing because, and you can reference the variables from the lead list like this. So you can kind of reference the company offerings. And if you preview this, so this is what you're going to get. Not no data found. Why? I'm not sure. Okay, so it's lagging. Okay, so let's just delete this one. Because when you preview, it's getting the top lead. So when you preview, as you can see, we just provided the variable, and I'm writing because, and this is the description. It doesn't make any sense, right? So I'm writing because of your services, and like you can write your services, but if you write because of your trucking transportation offerings, or like transportation truckloads, it's going to be much more personalized, and you'll have much more, the leads will be much more likely to respond. So, but we don't have this column, right? We don't have this column, and this is where actually instantly comes in handy. Again, you can pay attention. You can do the same thing that we're gonna do now inside Clay, but it, like they charge a lot. Like Clay is expensive, so that's like the one that the way how what I'm gonna show you now. It's not as expensive. You just need the same kind of OpenAI API key. So you have the AI prompt. So you can create a prompt here. that will kind of personalize the leads also. So my templates, and you create a new template. And now you're asking the same thing that you did in Clay, but we, since it's just using the OpenAI, you do not have an ability to search for the website. In the ideal world, I would love to have everything in instantly, right? So for example, the we ask here, okay, go to the website and analyze the prospect and create a summary, and then like output their services. But OpenAI is not able to do that. So that's why the Clay has a Clay Gent. But since we already have the description, we can say your goal is to output a service that company offers. You never output anything besides the service name. Your output must be 2-3 words total count, something like that. Here is the company description and description, and here you reference the company offerings description. For the more settings, so you choose the model, let's say O, but we don't have it. Yeah, so we will not have it since we have not provided the opening. Anyway, so let's save it and let's call it services. Services, let's save it. But to test it, you need to provide the OpenAI API key. So I can copy the same key, and okay, so there was an error. Okay, let's reload it. Let's go back. I'm not sure why. Let's go back. This is what happens, guys, when you actually record the thing in live. There are a lot of quirks. Okay, so we have our, as you can see, the one warm-up email was already sent. So it's good, it's good. Now for the campaigns, we need to go to the leads, AI prompts, templates, and we have this template, and we need to provide this OpenAI key, save. Okay, so it's saved. And now we can actually, in the services we provide again, the we need, so yes, we specify the variable, the column that we're going to use, but you need to still like do it when you run it. You still need to specify this column again, and let's call it company offerings, and let's generate test output. Portable storage containers. Awesome. So let's generate for the almost there, hyper growth plan. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing. You need to have a higher plan. That's where, this is like the thing. I didn't know that, since obviously I have the hyper growth plan for the instant account that we use. Smartly doesn't even have this feature. What we were using, what we were doing, actually, doing the same thing with instantly, but then exporting and importing in Smartly. But the idea is, as you can see, um, like portable storage containers, and it's getting this specific company, and they're basically service. So let's delete it. So now it will get this company, and uh, if we do that, company offerings, test the output, this is another service. So let's just copy it. So when you click create, it will create a new column called services, and like basically there will be 2-3 word service based on this company. So here's what we're going to do. You would say something like, hi, I found your, and you call like services, but you don't have it, so you will like basically here, right? But also in the prompt, usually, since you're depending on where you want to use this personalization, if you want to start the sentence with this personalization, you would need to say that um, in this, you will say something like first letter should be like must be capitalized. since again, if the first letter should, if you're going to use it in the very beginning. But in our case, since we're using it in the middle, all all letters must be lowercase, something like that. And when we, let's see, save it, and let's company offerings generate now, as you can see, it did like it output a different service. Like it's the same service, as you can see, it's the same service, but just another output. So last time it was providing us three words, this one is two. Again, AI is not doing same thing over and over. So but it's kind of similar idea. Now, this is how you personalize the emails. The final part, just a few final thoughts on how to actually create the emails. As a recap, we have, let's go here. Let's go here. So we already built the infrastructure. We connected the emails to the instantly, right? So we sign up for the software. We got the prospects. We personalized the prospects in Clay, and we also connected everything in instantly. So everything right now in instantly and is ready to launch your cold emails campaigns. Now, this is the easy part, guys. Like that was the easy part. The hard part is one, come up with an offer, and two, present this offer using the cold email. I don't really want to share the templates that I use just yet. Maybe at some point I will, but not for right now because this niche is getting more saturated. And since again, I'm not selling you something, and if I would, I still would run my agency, right? So like I'm not sure how to go about it. Maybe I will share some templates that we used to do and that used to work, so that you can kind of get an idea, but I'm not sure yet. So I will give you the basic principles. You need to keep it first short and straight to the point. So you can say something like, "Hi, John." Basically, very, very simple, right? "Hi, John." Uh, and then here is usually where the personalized sentence comes in. It very depends on your service. If you're offering SEO, if you're offering automation services or the Facebook ads or whatever, like AI chatbots. So you like, yes, you can do. I found your transportation services, and then we can help you to do X, something like that. Interested? Yeah, this is very basic things. Yeah, you can do that. But this is what like a lot of people use, and you need to come up with your own approach, even for the first sentence. And like I do believe that the first one is okay. So what's more important, the second one with the offer or the first one with personalization? Probably the offer. Probably yeah. So it's still like the offer is more important. So you can like even without the personalization, as I mentioned, I found your website. You see, I found your website, and we can do X, and we can buy you a Ferrari for 10,000 grand, for $10,000. Obviously, this is the most important, but you need to build trust, and they need to see that you actually did the research. Again, I'm not your typical guru, and I'll say you how it is. Like, since there are a lot of people that already started to use personalization, eventually people will catch up to it. So, like, if they already do, but like in a year, everyone will know that like when you send the personalization, it's usually generated by AI. So yeah, like you can still differentiate yourself, obviously, especially like with this approach that I show you. It's very hard, with your whatever like transportation services, so it's very generic. But if you see the cold emails gurus, they will build a billions of different columns to personalize, and you can find the university where these guys were like was studying, and like the wife's name or the dog's favorite food, and like mention this thing in your personalization sentence. Yes, I mean it depends. It depends on the companies that you work with. Like let's say you were offering this thing to SaaS companies, it's kind of easier because there are a lot of information about SaaS founders on the internet, and you can like create a lot of different things. But if you're like offering this thing to old school businesses, it's not that straightforward. Again, so you need to actually think on this one a lot. For the offer, be short, straight to the point. um, like you can like structure the offer differently. We can help. We do SEO, or like we can help you with AI, with AI automation, with SEO, or have you ever thought about using SEO, something like that. But like this one is no, we do. No one cares what you do in theory, but we help is very cliche. So you also need to come up with something unique, maybe with an offer. Um, we will do your SEO for 2 months for free. Uh, if you move to the first page, you pay. If not, you don't pay. Pay, willing to discuss. That's it, right? Something like that. Something like that. Thanks, and then the signature. And for the signature, you choose the variable signature. And in the account, as you can see, if we go here, let's go here. Yeah, so if you preview, there is nothing here. But in the email, you click here and you can set up the signature like Eugene Kadzing, best YouTuber in the world. Save. Go here. Okay. Go back again to the campaign. And now if you test it, you'll see the signature. Yeah, so and this is basically the starting point that will help you to test the different offers. And you should obviously uh, test it, like test a lot of different variations of the same offer. One more thing. So obviously each email, since you will, have a variable like, again, like something like last name, like services, right? So each prospect will have a unique email in this case, but you still need to use what's called spin tags. I think it's called spin tags. It means that you like, let's say this, willing to discuss all the prospects. It doesn't matter, like obviously this part of the email will be unique to each and every prospect, but this one will be the same. And it's better that each and every, like more unique each email is, better deliverability rate you're gonna get. So the instantly have the spin tags, and the smart lead also have it. So I like, if I remember, is it's random, um, random, willing to discuss. And let's say you type this in random, and then the first variation, then you go uh, want to learn more, and then maybe interested, and then you close it. And now, as you can see, interested, when you uh, want to learn more. So each time the like it will spin the variation, and like obviously there are three, but like if you add, let's say, three to here, SEO for for free, or here you can, like, bro, you don't understand, my camera turned off and I got so lucky because it did happen like on the last, I recorded basically 10 more minutes, and I wonder what would happen if it turned off like an hour ago. I'd be so pissed. Okay, so I was saying that you can create the spin tags, and let's say you can create another spin tags here in the middle, and like for free, without paying, with no cost. And if you preview this, so let's say without paying, learn more, and now let's say without paying, interested, or now no cost, want to learn more. So it like basically spin the different variations, and if you add three here and three here, you kind of get nine. So here, the service will be unique to each and every prospect, but also you'll have nine variations of this, the rest of the email. And if you add, let's say, three more, it's 27. If three more, it's gonna 27 times three is 81. Yeah, no, no, it's not 81. Yes, It's 81. Anyways, yeah. So like you kind of will have a lot of different variations to the email. So this way you can get the best deliverability rate possible. Okay, so I think you got the idea. If we go back and see if the stupid automations domain was verified, Gmail is still not verified. Again, you need to wait some time, but like I'm not sure. Usually it was at least, as I said, I was doing this probably like a few months ago the last time. So like it was usually completing this thing within like 5 minutes. But if we go to DKIM now, um, I think, yeah. So and if we click stupid automations, and if we click the start authentication, authentic, authentication. Okay, so we need to verify this again. Okay, so now I need to get an email to my personal email. Okay, so let's go to my Gmail. Uh, no, sorry, it's on the secondary one, I think. So this is the code. Okay, so I verify this. It should work. Yeah, stop. But basically, as you can see, it was verified already. Actually, and instantly, I believe they have an option where you can verify if everything's set up correctly. So test domain setup, they are checking all of the records, and it says that everything is set up because we set up the SPF, DKMI, and DMARC for the Amex. Amex is basically referring to the Gmail. But again, since not sure, like you would need to like wait some time and see. Okay, guys, I hope you find it valuable. Please give me a like, or like sorry for wasting 2 hours of your time. If you want to receive obviously all of the templates that I show on my videos for free, go in my resource hub, first link in the description, or sign up for my newsletter. I usually send 1 or 2 emails per week with the content that I do not publish on YouTube or X or anywhere. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.